Hello traders, welcome. Sorry, um, someone sent me a link and I mistakenly clicked on it, and that's what you saw on there. It's just something that he wanted me to take a look at, but I was not supposed to click on it. So forgive me if you saw anything on there. Okay. And I was just waiting for us to see if we can get like at least 3 people, because I can see I have 2 people watching. I wanted to wait a little bit, but we don't have people coming in, so let's start. On our dollar, we still have a little bit to go on the upside. 94.60. I think we might not get definitely the 94.60. We might get the low of this last up candle. Okay, if we zoom in here, okay, we might get the low of this last up candle right there. But it's just that the 94.60 is an institutional level, that's why. And we also have 94.50 as an institutional level. So I think let's draw a line on 94.50. I think that's where we're currently sitting at. And we didn't even touch it, so we still have a little bit on the upside. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, so 94.58 or 94.60, just 2 points away. That's the next upside objective right here for the dollar. And I think at that point we might get some retracement. We will get some retracement from this last up candle, or we could just break it, okay, and go higher. That there was nothing like that in here, so we will continue going higher. But in here we have an area where they previously did some business. Okay, in here they previously did some business, that's why price found it hard to breach above it. Okay, right here they did a lot of business in there, so you can see anytime price come back to that last up candle in there, price decides to go down. There's 2 of them. Yeah, these 2 last up candles before this huge move to the downside, that was them accumulating. So anytime price gets there, price rejects. So same thing we might find ourselves here. Okay, because they done business here before, we might get price to hit it and then go down for a bit of a retracement. So with the retracement, let's go down to the hourly. With the retracement, we do have a lower gap in here. We also have this consecutive down candles, so it'll be tricky. It's either this level or that level, so we'll wait till price give us the indication it wants to go up there, and then we can go on the foreign currencies and do business again. So if you look closely, anytime price gets to this level, it gives reasons to go higher. So in here, as we were waiting, price traded above that, then we knew that it was going up. Here, same thing, price traded above this short term. On the lower time frame, there's a short term high, price comes back down, and then it go up. So if we hit that level and retrace, you're gonna be patient and then see the reasons why we should go up, and then we go up with it. All right, so we're still keeping our positions on these pairs to the downside. And I think yesterday price did come back to, on the lower time frame, it did come back to this last down candle, and then we shot down. So if you did catch an entry there, well done. Yeah, around 4:30. Let's extend this to the upside. This morning we can see we've run up, rejected, and then went back up to this last up candle and rejection again. So watch this down candle. Okay, once we break that down candle, then today is another day. Alright, so watch this down candle. Once we breach that down candle, you can sell short with a stop above here and then look for downside objective. So we are looking for a continuation to the downside. That's our next, I think that's our next downside objective on this. So we do have a gap here, and there. So these two are downside objectives. I think this one is is it 4? I don't know what this level is doing there, can't remember. Let's measure the mean threshold of this range. Yeah, I think it's the 50%, yeah, of the weekly range. So that's fine, you can leave that there. So coming back to the 15 minutes time frame, once we break this down candle, we come back, you can take a short. All right, you can take a short, and then this one is just right here. Target the second one. All right, target the second one as your first target. On pound, we didn't quite get to that last up candle. I think you're gonna hold off on this one. Do not take any trade on this. If we do come up to this down candle, then you can, okay, you can take it here. We do have a short-term high there as well, so wait for price to come for this one before you look for a continuation to the downside. Because I'm looking for a move to the downside. Yesterday we did have this level as a potential area to do business. Price fell short to get there, and then this morning they have slammed it right in there. It's the 1 hour level, okay, and then price rejected. So if you're gonna continue dropping, I would prefer selling euro rather than pound. Okay, so your trade will be on this one instead of pound. Let's go back to New Zealand. This thing has died off completely. All right, we've died off completely from that last down candle there. So we're still looking for a break below this low. Nothing has changed. On Aussie, I think we have taken out this low as we pointed out from here. Okay, now we have to go onto the weekly to see where we can look for more downside objectives. So on the weekly, we have, I think there was a monthly. Let's go to the monthly. I think we're gonna pause selling on this one for now because we've got to this monthly old high, so we might get some bounce. Yeah, we might get like a bounce in here, a mini bounce, not a big bounce. No, it could be a big bounce, you never know. So if you're short on this one, make sure you've closed most of your position off, because we will have something at this level. Yeah, it's a previous high prior to all these moves to the downside, and we managed to break above it, so it could cause some movement today. We've already seen that, so that one has been met. We've already seen, yeah, there's a beautiful down candle there as well. Yeah, that down candle there. So on the hourly, let's have a look. Looks like we are bouncing off. If we break it, okay, if we break down below this down candle, then I think we're gonna continue going down. Drop down to the 15. So we raided and closed above retracement. Yeah, it's two things. It's either gonna go up or break this and continue going down. If we go up, then this would be a level to watch. Yeah, for upside objective. So for this morning, we could get something like this. Yeah, to that level there for this morning. But if we break, then let's go on to the daily again. If we do break, then we'll be coming down here. Let me change this color a little bit. So if we do break, it's not far off. So I think there will be some form of a bounce in this area. Okay, so selling short is not a good idea. Buying, this is what you can get for now. Dollar yen, oh dear, we have missed it. This is annoying. Okay, that was it. I think a level from yesterday. They left a level in there. I think we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about this level once price left. Give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry. I had to check on the king. Right, so we have dollar yen did come to a beautiful level pointed out yesterday, and then price has moved away beautifully. Let's go into the hourly. Maybe we might get something later on today. Let's see how we're gonna break above this. Okay, this could be a run on stops and then a continuation to the upside. This is a terminal, we call it turtle soup. Okay, a run on short term low and a continuation to the upside. This is a pattern that I'm not going to teach you how to trade it because it's very tricky. I don't trade it myself. Once we are bullish and we do run short term lows, okay, then you buy below the low, but it's very tricky, okay, because I've been trading break-in structures. When this happens, my mind looks at it as a break-in structure, so I find it's not hard, but I don't submit to taking the trades here. I submit to after we've taken out this high. Okay, so once we break above that high, then I think there will be a retracement, and with that retracement we can go long. Okay, if you didn't catch this one, no problem. We wait for this to break and then we can catch a long for a continuation to the upside. All right, so I'm gonna leave that as it is. Dollar Swiss, we've broken to the upside again. Let's go back to, oh no, that's fine. Actually, I want to see what this one wants to do. Yeah, okay, let's go back to dollar Swiss. We've broken to the upside again. This morning I was looking at it. I wanted to go long here, but I was thinking, okay, do they want to come down to this level, or because we've just taken out this high? Yeah, they've just taken out that high and then price rejected, and then it came back to this low gap, and I was thinking to go long, but I didn't get the confidence to do so. But it looks like they want to go higher. So on the daily we have, let's go into the weekly because the daily is bullish. So on the weekly we can measure, got so many lines on there, let's remove some of them. This is our last down candle prior to the move up. So this will be our first target on the upside on the weekly time frame. So if we drop back down to the daily, that's our target for now. So was not a bad buy. We've got room to the upside. About 765 pips. Yeah, 65 pips for a stop loss of 35. Yeah, it's not bad, but we might probably get a retracement. Let's drop down to the lower time frame and see. They have taken sell stops here, so they might retrace back down to this level. Okay, so wait for that retracement. If it does pop back down here, then go for it, okay, on your demo account. But if you are not scared, because it's not a big difference, okay, you can go for this, or you can wait for the retracement back to this. Okay, so it's entirely up to you. You can go for here and continue going higher, or wait for a retracement and then go higher with it. All right, because we do have our upside objective there on the weekly. Okay, if it does stop you out, there's this down candle in here based on the 4-hour. Yeah, I don't think they've already run stops in here, so we should continue going higher. All right, they've just recently run stops, so we should continue going higher. So 93.19 is your upside objective on that one. Dollar CAD, I think we have reached that upside objective that I did mention the other day, which was the weekly last down candle there. Okay, so you have this one and that on the upside if you don't break down from here. So in the lower time frame, I don't want to see this down candle broken. I want to see it maintain and hold price. I got my TP got hit today right here, so I got an entry from here to there. So I want this to hold, and then if you break above that, then you can place your stop below that down candle. Okay, so wait for price to break above this down candle, close above it, and then target these upside objectives with first target here. Drop down to the 15 minutes. Yeah, they have run some stops here, so based on the 15 minutes, wait for a close above this high. Okay, let price close above it, then you can go long. All right, so that would be it on that one. Let's go to Euro Pound. Euro Pound, we have come to, like I did show earlier, the level we were looking for yesterday, and we fell short to hit it yesterday, and then went down to exactly the 1 hour level right here. If you remember, we had two lines, one here and one there, right? And then it fell short to hit our entry and then rejected to that level, and then we've seen price come back up here. So I'm looking for price to come to the second one, and then potentially and move back down to this equal low. Okay, so today this is what I'm looking at. I move below this low to that level because we've been to the first one, and then a potential move to the second one. Also New Zealand, based on the 4 hour, I think we've moved back into a consolidation again, because they did run this low and then reject and then go up and then reject it. So I think we're gonna be in this consolidation. What I'm looking at this morning is this down candle. Okay, that's what I'm looking at, this down candle. I don't want to see price breach it. If we breach it, then we do have this equal highs in there that price might come up for, and I don't want to see that. Right, so this is my line in the sand. If we go above this, I think I might close my position and then wait for a, like you can see I've put in an alert here, because once we break it, I want to add to my position right here. So once we break above it and below here, I want to add to my position. That's why I've got that line there, or that alert. Let's go back to the hourly. You can see the daily has moved into like a consolidation. I think today might end up being an inside candle where we close not above here and not below there, and it stays inside, and then they can move the Aussie and the New Zealand about. Yeah. So all good on that. Euro, New Zealand, this thing has just surprised me. The way it's moved up so much. It's a bit of a surprise, but it is what it is. And I think we have broken to the upside. Okay. They've run this low, come above that high. I think we've broken to the upside. And this is what I was looking for in here. It's a bit sometimes hard to swallow, you know, when you go long in here and then price doesn't do that, and then send it back down to take out stops. And remember, I showed you something like that back in, let's go on to this one. I show you that when I'm about to go long and they do that, I think there's a huge move about to happen. Okay, same thing in here. This is exactly what happened to us, or happened, yeah. I was looking for a long to continue going higher at that particular week, and then they sent it down to take stops, and then rejected, and then we had that move. Okay, and look at the way they did it. Take a mental mental picture. You can put it side by side, and then put your New Zealand here, and go on the daily, and then look at the same thing. Okay, we had a huge up candle, and then we have two down candles here. We had one, and then we had two up candles, and then they sent it down, and then rejected, and then went higher. That's same thing. Okay, so we could get this thing to just tear up, take out this equal high, but for now, this low is the next upside objective. Let's see if we can get a pullback during the day. Actually, I cannot. It won't show, so I need to go back here. Yeah, I still have it there anyway. Right. So our upside objective for now is this down candle's wick, and then if we go through that, the last up candle. So if you do get a retracement, it's just grinding up gradually without any pullback. On this one, it's quite hard to get an entry. And then the way it's going up to is just not nice. Yeah, all the down candles are being respected. If you notice, that's what we call institutional order flow. Institutional order flow is when the down candles are being respected. So every down candle you see here is being respected. Yeah, every one of them. And then once they breach one, that's a stop run. So this is the one that I was talking about, that at the moment I'm not confident using it yet, because once I see this, I start looking for sales because we've broken down. But this is another good area to be a buyer when we are bullish. Okay, when we are bullish, you can look for this. We call it turtle soup. I don't know if you've heard about it before. I don't know where they've got the name from, but yeah, turtle soup. That low you buy here, but it's a bit tricky. You need to train yourself a lot to do that. So looking at the 15 minutes, the fact that they've just run these stops, we could get a buy from here for a continuation to the upside with a stop below this low. Okay. Today being Thursday, it could be the high of the week and they could retrace, so I will be cautious, but it is what it is. You can take it and then see what happens. So you could be rewarded handsomely with a small position on a demo account, okay, to see how it goes. If we break back down here, then I think we will be coming back down to rebalance some of this move to the upside. So a little gap in here. So if we break down, if that stops out, then that's the level to consider again for another long, because we are bullish. I don't see that happening, but in case it does, you've got that in your cards, right? If you do have any question, please feel free to ask, because that's why I'm here, to help you. Yeah, that's why I'm here, to help you. So if you do have any question, do not hesitate to ask. So next one, Euro Aussie. On Euro Aussie, they've come up beautifully to run those equal highs without us. If you did catch some of it, then well done, but we didn't get no pullback whatsoever after the run. Yeah, this is also typical. It's not as clean as the other one, but they did the same thing where they run the stops, rejected, and then off to the races. On the 4 hour, we have taken out this equal highs. Right, that was engineering of liquidity, and they've come back up for it. So the next, I wanted to see them come to this last down candle before this move up, and then we broke down. I wanted to see them come up there before any rejection. So the down candle I've got here is to see if they're gonna break that, because if they break that, then they might come back down to rebalance some of these 1 hour gaps in here, and there's a little one in here as well, so they might come back down for a bit of a retracement. Yeah, we might be forming the high of the week. Yeah, we might be forming the high of the week, because we have, this week is incredible. It's similar to 4 weeks ago, the week I took off. Yeah, similar to that, down move, up move. So right now we are too high for a buy. We are too high for a buy, and it's a bit scary to go. This down candle looks that's the down candle prior to the move up, so they've come back here and rejected. If they break it, then that could hold price and send price a little bit down, but I don't want to sell short on this one, honestly. Okay, I'll have a look. I'll have a look on that. Alright, I'll have a look on that once we finish going through. I think euro is gonna drop massively, and that's why I think, because of the euro pound. Okay, because of the euro pound, we will get euro to drop, and if we get euro to drop, then it could take some of these pairs into retracement, which is fine. Yeah, we might get them to go into a bit of a retracement, and then next week we can continue buying these ones because we have the New Zealand and Aussie week. Okay, now I want you to, let's remove all this. Okay, let's go back to the daily. That's something I'm seriously studying right now. Okay, there is a rhythm. If you guys have not paid attention, this thing is just distracting me. You guys know which pair I'm talking about by clicking here. Okay, there is a rhythm going on these pairs, and I'm studying it right now. Let's go on to here and put that one there. And I want you to study it as well. Maybe you will see it earlier more than I will do. But there is a rhythm that these pairs are flowing. Once you get the rhythm, okay, you can flow in and out. You can flow in and out of that rhythm very, very nicely. And what is that rhythm? Now, let's go on to this one. I want you to look at euro pound. Okay, euro pound and then euro New Zealand. Okay, I've spent some time studying it, but it has not clicked yet. But I'm showing you it's like a scientist trying to find an answer to something. Okay, and I'm sharing that with you guys so you guys can also be scientists and study it. Maybe you will come with the answer. Okay, so I want you to see, look at this run. Yeah, this run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That run to the upside. And then look at the euro pairs. This one here. This one here. Euro yen. This one here. Okay. And then where's the other one? This one here. That one there. Okay, there is a dance going on between all of them, that when this pair is going up rapidly like this, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, when this pair is going up rapidly, this decides to drop. As this is dropping, as pound New Zealand is dropping, euro New Zealand is not dropping as hard as it's supposed to. It's going like a bit of a sideways. Yeah, starting from here. Okay, it's not dropping. Why? Because this is euro pound, so euro has gained a bit of strength, but New Zealand is stronger than euro. Therefore, it's gonna go down, but not as much. Okay, and then we see this, but at the same time we see this pair dropping massively. Okay, and that one dropping massively. And then now I want you to look at it. This is going up rapidly. That one is going up rapidly. That one is going up rapidly. That one is going up rapidly. Okay, so there is like a dance between these 4 pairs. Not 4, it's 8 pairs. Euro New Zealand, Euro Aussie, Pound Aussie, Pound New Zealand, and Euro Pound and Aussie New Zealand. So as you've noticed, those are the pairs that I do have on my chart, because I'm trying to figure out what is going on, because there is a dance, like they are dancing between each other, and then when this goes up, one will go up with it, and then if this goes down, one will go down with it, and then depending on the relative strength at the time this is going down. So right now, depending on the relative strength, you can see relative strength wise, New Zealand and Aussie are weak. Yeah, New Zealand and Aussie are weak. Therefore, it's causing this pair to rally. That pair to rally, right? But this is rallying even more, and that is rallying even more. So I will leave that to you guys to study as well. Okay, you guys, I think most of you have got more time on your hands than I have. I have less time on my hands, so I'll leave for you guys to study this and then come up with if you can see the dance that is going on. I see glimpse of it, but I've not seen the entire thing and how it's been done. So like I said, I will leave that to you guys to study, and then you can tell me what you find. Okay, I even created like a mini data. When I plot in, I'll show you guys later on in the actually, let's go into Excel, because I want you guys to understand that there's something going on, and if you're able to figure that thing out, you will be rewarded. I'm going to post something in the chat group, and then have a look of what I'm talking about. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So once I am able to figure that thing out, then I will have a good understanding when these moves will happen, because you can forecast it. Yeah, you can forecast it, but there's a lot of brain power that has to go behind it, and at the moment in my position, I have limited time, because I have a lot of things on my plate, so I have limited time to actually study it into much details. So I'm giving you guys the opportunity to go and study it, and then come back and tell me what you find. Okay, it's very rewarding. Look at here. The reason why it's rewarding is because you can catch this move by understanding what I've posted in the group chat. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, and then we can continue discussion on that in the group chat later. Okay, that's my personal studies that I'm trying to figure out. So let's go back to where was I? Miss Wells. Yeah, I think I was on here. Yeah, so I'm looking to see if we get a break below this down candle, and then we can start looking for some form of a retracement. We've got huge move, absolutely huge move to the upside. Give me 1 second. We are in September, and let's have a look at October. With the second wave of corona coming, okay, during corona period we had this decline. So with the second wave of corona coming, we could see a decline on this. So I'll wait for a break in structure on at least a 1 hour or a 4 hour. Okay, so this is the first pullback. They will come back and run people out, definitely. Okay, they will come back and run people out because people will try to sell this and they'll come back and run them out and then break down. So let's wait for that. Okay, let's wait for something like this, run them out, come back down, break them, and then we go short. All right, so let's wait for that, and then we can look for a pullback inside this whole move to the upside, at least to come back to the last up candle in here. Let's have a look on the weekly. Yeah, the weekly is sideways. You can see we are not going higher and we are not going lower since June. So after cleaning these highs, we might just come back down. We've left some trend line traders some joy in here. Yeah, so trend line traders got some joy. So maybe next time they will be punished. Let's go on the monthly. The monthly looks bullish. Not looks. The monthly is bullish. So if monthly is bullish, bear with me whilst I talk to myself. If monthly is bullish, we look for a weekly, because the weekly is bearish at the moment. Actually, no, the weekly came back down to run the stops. So if monthly is bullish, we wait for weekly to come back to discount. So weekly did come back to discount and run the stops, and then we wait for daily to align itself. So on the daily, our last move to the downside was here. So for us to be bullish, we need to break above this high. Okay, that's me talking to myself. Alright, so for us to be bullish, we need to break above this high. Right, because that's the last down move, taking out that weekly low. So we are stuck in a consolidation. Yep. So we could come back to this last up candle and then drop back down again. Okay, so let's be patient and wait for at least a 4 hour or 1 hour breaking structure, and then we can go short. Okay, because we are stuck in a range. Aussie yen, we are waiting for some form of a breaking structure. At the moment, where we are is it doesn't make sense selling because we are sitting in a high time frame. We are sitting in high time frame level. Okay, we have broken above this high, so we are bullish. They have run this up, down, break above that high. So on the monthly, we are bullish. So we want to buy weekly levels. So on the weekly, we are sitting inside this area. This 1, 2 down candles. So we could get a turnaround. October is a month for bullishness in yen. Sorry, weakness in yen. So we might get a break in structure and then we buy. So for now, we are too low in here. We could, this is the level that looks interesting out of all the, it's either we break structure or we come here. That's the only level that looks interesting for a buy. Okay, so it's either we break structure and then we go long, or we wait for price to get here. So all you can do is wait for a run on stops, and then we break down, then it can go short. So what do I mean by that? Let's see if I can find an example. So we find a swing high, this high here. So if we go up, let's say we do this, and break that, then you go short for a continuation to the downside. Okay, if you don't do that, do not try to sell short, because we are bearish and we are sitting inside a high time frame level, so we could do this. Okay, the only way we don't do that is if we go up and then break down again, then we are not going to do this. Then you can sell short. All right, so be patient and let price dip its hands for now. So for now, sit on your hands on this pair. All the yen pairs, sit on your hands. Okay, sit on your hands. We do have this equal low for this New Zealand yen. They could just come down here, run that, and then continue going higher. Let's go on to the weekly. Okay, they could just run this low, reject, and then go higher. Right, on the monthly, we have this last up candle being bearish. Okay, and then we went to the middle, and then we're rejecting, and that is indicating there's no strength to continue going higher. But because this monthly is a big time frame, we don't trade that. We have to trade the lower time frame. So we could come down, take out this low, and then reject for the short term. Okay, because below this low, let me draw it so you can see the battle between the central bank and the institutions. Okay, these are their levels. Above that high and below that low, those are their levels that they play with. Below this low and above that high, that's their levels that they play with. Yeah, so if you want to understand how the battle between central banks and the institutions, these are their levels. Okay, in between is just Mickey Mouse play. Okay, this in between them is Mickey Mouse play. They are interested in here and there. Central banks is interested in here and there, and then the institutions are interested in this. Why central banks are interested in here? Because once they get up here, or once price gets up there, they might not be willing to continue to take price up, meaning they don't want to offer the sell side for the institutions to continue profiting, to make money going up, and then they will change it around. So when they change it around, all the sales that they got up in here, what does that turn into? Profit for them. And then as it's coming down, what is it doing? They are offering the buy side. So the institutions will be going what? They'll be going short, and they'll be buying again, buying. And then it gets to a point that they will decide, okay, we don't want to offer that side of the buying anymore, and then they'll turn it around. So when they turn it around, they're going to take price back to a level that they will be profitable, because they never lose. Okay, they never lose. So once they turn price around, what's going to happen is, because they the central bank, because they bought, if they take it above here, is that not profit? That's profit. Why? Because they can buy lots here, and that's why you see the surge after a run on stop, because that surge is indicating that they've put a lot of their position on, and then they'll take price up. So as it's going up now, the institutions will jump in, and then they offer that side for them. So as it's going up, institutions will be doing buying, and then they'll be selling to them. So it's a battle between the institutions and the central bank, and then the central banks are always winning. They never lose. They never ever lose. Okay, central banks never ever lose, because they are the manufacturers of the currency. Okay, so they take it wherever they want. When they want to turn this around, they will turn it around. If they want to turn it around here, they will turn it around. And then when they turn it around, because they've been picking up position from up as it's going up, when it's coming down, they're making money. Imagine the way, when you start trading, the way you want to trade, price is going against you. Okay, so you start doing what? Let's say you start selling here. Okay, you sell 1, you sell 1, you sell 2, you sell 3, you sell 4, you sell 5, you sell 6, you sell 7, you sell 8, you sell 9, you sell 10, you sell 11, you sell 12, you sell 13, and then up here you sell 50. Once this candle moves down 1, you've made all the losses back, without closing it. Okay, because I want you to think, okay, without closing it, when you sell 50 up here and this moves down, this candle moves down like that, don't you think all the ones you sold going up here, you be in profit? And then by the time price gets down here, you'll be in massive profit. Yeah, and that's how the central banks do. That's their game. Okay, so what happens to the institutions? Well, the institutions will suffer when price turns around, because they cannot turn price around. Institutions don't turn price around, so they suffer when price turns around. So up here they will suffer. Yeah, up here they will suffer. Why? Because they will think that price is going to continue going up, and then price will go this way, and then they will suffer because their position will be long, and then they have to close that trade. And then when they close that trade, that's when the central banks will take that position and then send it down. Yeah, and then send it down, and then as it's coming down, then they will now start to sell, and then they will start making money as well. So they also don't lose. Okay, they also don't lose. They lose, but they don't lose. If you get the understanding, they will lose here, but they will make it back, because they will shift and then start selling again. So hopefully this little illustration will help you to understand the movement of price. So let's get rid of all this. There we go. Right, so they can't turn it around here and then send it up. Okay, so be mindful. I'm going short where we are. If we break completely, then we've broken, because that's the last down candle prior to this whole move to the upside. Okay, so if we break, then I think we will be coming inside here, there, and there for October buy. Right, so if you do measure this to the upside, okay, 127, highly possible near where we have this, and then we have 168 down here. So if you go into the weekly and monthly, the 168, it could be possible for October buy. Yeah, October buy back to this level in here. So any retracement wait for a run above a stop, sorry, a run on stops, rejection, then sell the last down candle. Okay, because where we are now, they could take price up, like here. Where is it? In here. Okay, instead of buying for the continuation to the upside, if you wait for a down candle to give up, like right here, that's the last down candle prior to this whole move up. We break, we come back down, retest, and then we went down. But if you want to buy, you want to make sure that we run stop, rejection, and then you buy for a continuation to the upside. So same thing down here. If you want to sell, make sure we've run stop, rejection, and then you can go short, because we are extreme, we are very, very bearish. Okay, so if anything comes in, it can snap up against you. So for today, patience is required. It's Thursday, the low of the week will form, and anything can happen today. But if they run stops and then reject, that's your trigger. Okay, your trigger is they run stops and they reject. I'll go back and show you again. So let's say price does this, come up, run this, reject, come back, take out this low, whatever low, maybe not that one, maybe another low forming here, and then take out this high, reject and break. Once they do that, then sell short for a continuation to the downside. If not, then be on the sidelines. Let's have a look on the lower time frame. Yes, nothing going on in the lower time frame. So something like this. If you are lower time frame trader, you can look for something like this. Okay, we have price run this high and then they reject. Okay, reject, retrace to the down candle, and then you sell short. Okay, that's what you're looking for. And I think I've thought about this in a teaching. I can't remember the title, but I said look for 4 things: a up candle, a down candle, a high, and a low. And then you look for the break. You want to see the break with speed and leave a gap. Yeah, go and look for that teaching. You want to see a break and it has to leave a gap, and once it pops back in, okay, then you sell short. I'm going to look for that teaching. It's somewhere in the portal, and then you can take advantage of it. So that's something you can take advantage of. If you do form something in here, something of this nature, just this nature. Euro, yen. Okay, so I'll tell you why I was looking at that that link, the link I clicked on in the first 5 minutes of today's session. So a friend of mine, he's in a Signal group, and he sent me that link, and he said, have a look. They sent a euro yen short, and I was looking at it, and he wants them to sell short 122.50, 122.50, and then the stop loss is way up. Give me a second, let me check it again. Right, the stop loss is at 123.597. 123.597. With a stop loss at 123.597. Somewhere there. Okay, and then the TP is at 12050. 12050. Let's go on 12050. 12050. Right there. Okay, so when I saw it, I'm thinking, okay, that's a huge stop loss. For a trade like this, that's over 110 stop loss for 200 pips. Okay, it doesn't equate. It's less than 2 to 1. And then I was trying to understand, okay, so what is within this, okay? What is within this that could stop price if they understand what they're doing? Okay, and then I found out that we do have a weekly level in here. So there's no way price is gonna get down there. Yeah, absolutely no way. Okay, absolutely no way price is gonna get down there. So therefore the trade will be either killed early. Yeah, the trade will either be killed early, or it might even go back up and stop out. Right? So then I was looking at how much they charge for the members, and it was ridiculous price. And I was thinking, okay, I think you guys have a better service with Forex Lens. So if you saw me click on that link, that was the story behind that link. Yeah, that was the story behind that link that I clicked. So it wasn't me doing anything abnormal. It was just me looking at something that I was comparing to see the service that you guys are getting from the service that other people are providing. So on Euro Yen, enough of that talk. Yeah, we do have a down candle in here, and we have a weekly level inside it. We are bullish. We are not bearish. We are bullish. Therefore, we can buy at weekly levels. So that is a weekly level inside 2 down weekly levels. So we could see some form of a bounce very soon. We are 1 week away from October. Again, something that another science that I'm studying is similar to what I shared with you guys earlier. I want to understand the week that they send price down. Okay, let's go back. I want to understand this particular week, when to anticipate them. Yeah, I want to understand that particular week, when to anticipate them. Because if I'm able to anticipate, because I know I told you guys that I'm bullish, right? But this was the week that I thought price was going up. So I want to study it and understand, do they always manipulate before they send it up, or we can just come back and recapitalize on a previous manipulation? Because this was a previous manipulation. Yeah, this was a previous manipulation and the price went up. So this was just coming back to a previous manipulation and the price went up. So I want to understand whether once price comes back down again, they have to manipulate again before taking price up. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking about on this pair. Okay, on Euro Yen. So are they going to manipulate before sending it higher, or are they just going to recapitalize and then turn price around? So again, you guys can study that. So with this, I think they will come down a little bit more. Inside, I personally love this area. Yeah, I love this low gap in here with this down candle after running this stop and that one. So I want to see a push further down. So maybe they will pause in here and then manipulate it to the downside, come down here and then reject. That is something that I'm watching. So again, similar to what I said earlier, if you want to take a trade, maybe this could be it. They've run this high, rejected, come back down, close, and come back to that bearish down candle. So we could see a continuation to the downside. So this could be a potential trade, which they are right, but not that high of a stop loss. But they are looking to sell here. And you sell there with not 110 pip stop loss, but with oh dear. I want this guy. I want this guy to join them and then see what he will say. Maybe go to one of their, if they do have online if they do have online free session to do what like we do. Okay, what's his name? Marco, yeah, that guy Marco, and he'll look at 110 pip stop loss against our 40 pip or 30 pip stop loss. Okay, so we could see price drop down here based on the run on stops here and then a rejection. So this is a good one as well. The only thing is that this candle engulfed, but I'm not worried because the daily is still bearish. Yeah, the daily is still bearish, so we could see a continuation to the downside. Give me 1 second. I was looking for a sell on gold this morning, and I think I might have missed my entry. Yeah, I might have missed my entry. Okay, we'll come back to that later on. I'm on Euro Yen. So we could see a continuation to the downside on Euro Yen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. We look for a continuation to the downside. Okay, so that is not a bad one. I'll take this on a demo account, not on a real account, on a demo account. It's not everyday trade live. Yeah. Pound yen, I'll stay on the sidelines because of euro pound. Okay, because euro pound is going down, strength for pound, you don't want to trade this. Okay, it's gonna go back and forth, and it'll play with your emotion. CAD yen, we're still looking for price to come back down here. All right, I think yesterday I did give something on this, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely wonderful. On the 4-hour, we didn't quite get to, here it did twice. Let's go on the hourly again. That one is gone. This one is gone. So wait for another one to form. Okay, wait for another one to form. So what do you wait for? So you see this high, trace it all the way back down. Where's the last down candle? Right here. After taking out that high and that high into that last up candle, remember the lesson, you can go back and watch it. It's either the up candle or a high. So we do have a up candle here and some highs. So we broke down, comes back up, last down candle, and then we sell short for continuation to the downside. So that one is gone. Just wait for another one to form, and then you can catch a continuation to the downside. We do have this level as your target. Okay, so as long as we've not got there, if you do see anything like that, then you can take it. Euro CAD, I said we're gonna be on the sideline until we break above that high. Pound Aussie, I don't know if you guys did buy it. To use this down candle as the this up candle as a shield, and then look for a continuation to the upside. We didn't quite get the retracement down, so that's fine. We've come back to the last up candle on the weekly. We have broken down here, but what I'm thinking about is this manipulation to send price higher, or is a continuation to the downside? That's what I'm thinking right now. Okay, so in here, if I want to do anything, I'll wait for the lower time frame to break. Okay, because you're too high. I don't want to be buying, and I don't want to be selling yet. Okay, so I'll wait for at least a break, something to happen before I do anything. Yeah, I'm waiting for something to happen, and then I will I'll do some action on there. So right now, I think they're gonna take out this high. They're gonna take out this high. They might even send it all the way up to this down candle, because that will be the middle of that weekly up candle. Okay, they could send it all the way up there before any rejection. Bear in mind, euro pound is bearish, so pound is there's strength in pound, so they could take this one higher more. Okay, so for now, it's too high, just be on the sideline. Same thing with this one, be on the sideline. Let's have a look right here. We're not actually closed above it yet. This one, they did close above it. Yeah, that one, they haven't closed above it yet. It's just a wick. So if they do come back down there, drop down to the 15 minutes. Today being Thursday is a bit tricky, because they could cap the high of the week today. Just be on the sidelines on this one. Okay, if you're long, by all means hold on to it, because I think we'll be this one has got a bit of room on the upside, at least to this last down candle in here. Okay, we will get something to there, because we've got that to close that in. So there's more room to the upside on this one than we have on pound Aussie. So if anything, this one would be the one to focus on. Pound Aussie has reached the limit. New Zealand CAD, beautiful trade that I I did catch. I'm still short. I'm looking for price to come down here. So yesterday I did show you guys something, that to look for a bounce. I think it was on Aussie Cat. Okay, so I look for a bounce, take out this high, comes back down, break below, then we go short again. Right, so selling short with a stop above that high, and then have my target, my first target. So my first target is down there. Yeah, this low. It's my first target. So you can get this for continuation to the upside. If it stops you out, we're still gonna go down. So you wait for the break, back down again, and then you do the same thing. Alright. Aussie Cat. I think this was the one I was talking about. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, right in here. So yesterday I said wait for price to get here, give you a bounce, and then it breaks down, then you sell short again. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Right here. So we get a bounce, wait for it to break down, and then you sell short. Okay, and then we've got the continuation to the downside. We have taken out this low. This is like I remember I used to trade harmonic patterns. Yeah, I know most of you knows you're aware of harmonic patterns. So somewhere in here there is something forming. I can see like a crab or a bat or something. Let's see if they do have harmonic pattern. Yeah. Let's see. Nothing. Because I can see a pattern. It's like a bat. Okay. There you go. You can see it in here. It's offering something because I can see something forming here for harmonic pattern traders. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Let's take it off because it looks disgusting. It looks disgusting. It's a but my mentor call it that's blasphemy. To have an indicator on your chart is blasphemy. Right, okay, so enough of that talk. Now that we've broken that, we might get some form of a bounce, or this is gonna continue going down because they have taken out, remember, the battle between the central banks and the institutions. So they've taken price all the way up to take out that high and then broken down. This is indicating of bearishness, or we could be in a sideways. Okay, so they've taken that high and then they're coming back for this low. Okay, once this low is taken, you see that we're going to continue going down, or we will come back to this last down candle here, and then we look for a continuation to the downside. Okay, this is a breaker, so we will be looking for maybe back to the low or back to the opening price, and then we look for a continuation to the downside as protocol will demand. Your stop loss will go above this down candles high, yeah, and then we look for a continuation to the downside. For targets, we measure this because that was manipulation. Actually, not that one. Yeah, this is a bigger manipulation. So this equal low. This equal low in here with the 168 and the 127. So downside objectives is there. So if we do get a bounce back into this down candle, we can look for a continuation to the downside. Okay, if not, then we look for a run on stops, a rejection down here, and then look for a continuation to the downside. Okay, I think gold is just, I want to go back on gold and take my position. Give me 1 second. I don't know why I did what I did this morning. Say set up and let it run. You could want to play with my psychology this morning after missing my entry. Okay, let's see if it's gonna play with my emotions again. I don't think it will. It should just fall off because dollar is gonna continue going up. Okay, so I'm gonna look for a continuation to the downside on gold. Yeah, we are breaking this down candle, so we should look for there and there. Okay, go back and watch some of our lessons, our sessions, and then see when I said go to count to 18, 20 or 1840 down here. Go back and watch that, and then you see, follow how I continuously said we are bearish. And over time, you're gonna understand me. Yeah, you're gonna understand me. Okay, so quickly jump back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I think we'll be dropping. They failed to go up, like I said yesterday. So there is a 4-hour down candle that I'm looking for price to hit. This one here, with a stop above it. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, and then we have this equal lows down here. So I think we might be dropping on Bitcoin. If I'm wrong and we take out the side, then I think we'll be coming back up in here. Okay, so this could be a run, a break, and then we go up, or this is just a break and then we go down. We go down first, and then if it stops us out, then it's a buy, right? So that's this there. We've just done gold. Gold, we're looking for continuation to the downside, and then oil, I've just mentioned, stay away, just be patient. Okay, if you want to do anything, wait for a run first and a break. So on the lower time frames, you look for a run and a break, and then you go in. For short-term trades, how does it look like? A run, a break, right there. Run, break, retracement here, and then the buy. Okay, that's all you can do. Okay, so we do have like a run here. This is the break all the way up there, so it's not necessary. So don't do anything on this for now. Or if we break down, here we run, break down, then you go short. But I don't like it because you're sitting inside a daily, weekly down candle, so I don't like it. All right. Okay, so that will bring us to the end. Lots of teaching in there, and then lots of price action. Let's go back to yen, and it's going down beautifully. Yeah, demo account trade working perfect. Any pair recommendation? Any pair recommendation? Let's have a look at the Euro futures that Marco was talking about. Futures currencies. Futures currencies. And Euro. Yeah, Euro has broken outside the consolidation. So we have room to the downside, so that's why we are shorting on that's why we are shorting Euro pound, because I think this thing will drop. Pound has already dropped. Okay, pound has already dropped, and we're seeing some form of a bullishness, so that will counter react Euro. So Euro is down, pound is up. Even though pound is bearish, super bearish, Euro is now going down after this whole business. So we could get a clean move to rebalance. Yeah, if you look on the weekly, we've got these down candles. These up candles. We need to have down candles on the other side, and at the same time, we are coming from a monthly last up candle. Right. This one here, monthly last up candle. If you go onto the daily, we hit it here. This was the last down candle. We've broken that, so we are bearish on the daily finally. So we can start looking for bearish movements. Euro, yen is strong, pound is strong, so we can sell Euro yen. Okay, and we can buy Euro pound. Sell Euro pound. And gold, dollar is bullish, so gold should be bearish. Anything anyone wants to ask before I go away and see you at 2. One of these days, I'm going to do a conspiracy lesson session. We're going to talk about what is going on around the world. Maybe you guys don't get time, because that's one of the things I do study or read most of the time during the day. I read a lot. Okay, so I guess there's nothing. I'll see you at 2:30 for another session. All right. Enjoy your morning and take care. We don't have any lesson for today. I think I've done many lessons in the session, so you don't have any lesson for today, this morning.